Thank you, Elisa. It's a privilege to be with you. Thank you for inviting me. Also, Alex, Dominica, all the team in Romania doing a great job. I hope your bosses in Washington are hearing me. They're doing a great job. I say it even louder. They actually do. Thank you for having me, because this partnership is very close to my heart. Also because I was witness at the inception. I was a young ambassador of Romania in DC 25 years ago, when Romania was not invited to join NATO at the summit in Madrid. What a contrast with the summit in Madrid. We had just a few weeks back such a tremendous transformation for the alliance and for my country, Romania. It started in a sort of a post-disappointment situation. The job of an ambassador is to never give up. And the job of any leader is not to give up, and we have not given up. Never take a no for a final answer. So together with a number of friends, with Ron Asmus, with Strobe Talbot, with Madeleine Albright, some of them are already not amongst us, with Ambassador Al Moses, who yesterday celebrated his birthday. I don't say how many years. Al, if you listen to this, happy birthday again. We tried to put the Romanian-American relationship on a forward-looking footprint. I invented the name of strategic partnership because you need also a label. But what I would like to say, looking at the flourishing partnership we have after 25 years with America, what Secretary Blinken was saying on the very day, July 11th, of the anniversary itself, saying that Romania has no better friend than the US. This is true. Also, the other way around. I don't think that in our region, at least, America has a better friend than Romania. And that's how alliances and partnerships are built upon, on common values, on common interest. And if it's one hope I have for the partnership for the future, is to have the strong security and strategic and military relationship between our two countries, which are now basically in full blossom. I would like to see, and I will do my best to encourage, to have also the other side, the other side of the same coin, which is the side of prosperity, or more connections between our citizens, between our businesses, between our young leaders, between our universities, and your organization is just meant for that. It's not easy to replenish a partnership with a superpower. It's an asymmetrical relationship by definition. You have a country, the US, with something like 20 trillion US dollars as GDP. You have a country like Romania with something like $250 billion as GDP. So that's a discrepancy, to put it mildly. So on our side, on the Romanian side, you always have to be creative and persistent and stubborn, and try to come with fresh ideas for the partnership. Because, to be honest, most of this interest was based on the strategic added value of Romania, a very important geography in the Black Sea, in the Balkans, in Central Europe, in Greater Middle East. But I think the job of us, the older generation, especially people like you, and people that are alumni and fellows of this great organization, and many others, is to try to really see if we can add something that will be even more enduring than the strategic interest. Strategic interest is a key ingredient, but I think the real ingredient for an alliance and a long-lasting partnership is our citizens, our youngsters, our values, our ethics. So when you have values and interest, joining hands, that partnership, that alliance is just irresistible. And I think that sometimes on the Romanian side, we take this partnership for granted. Because we had, Afghanistan, we were there, in Bosnia, we were there, in Iraq, we were there, in the future things will be there. Romania will be there with our American allies. There's absolutely no question about that. And Americans are responding to that. Look at the decisions that President Biden has announced when it comes to Romania, the summit in Madrid. Look to the formidable relationship between our national security establishments. But what I think is to be done for the next 25 years, the next century of this partnership, because this will be a long-term alliance between America and Romania, between America and Europe, is to try to invest more in the other side. I think we have, when I arrived as an ambassador, to give an example, America is a huge country. Romania had the embassy in Washington, it had the general consulate in New York, and that was about it. When I left, we had 3 general consulates in Chicago and Los Angeles, and something like 20 or more honorary consulates all across America. I encourage, also at a subnational level, our city halls, our local councils, to go and reach out to their counterparts in America. Of course, you cannot have an easy relationship with the state of Texas or California, or where our daughter lives now, or New York. But I think we can do a much better job in engaging also the subnational level. And lastly, something that I would like to close with, our youth. There's nothing more precious than making sure that the seeds of this friendship, this foundation of any enduring relationship, is shared by our youngsters. Many of the young people today, they are not sharing the memories of communists like we had. My generation, it's vivid still. Many of them have not been discovering Romania only through the lenses of eventual tourism, and sometimes some form of news about Romania. And I think investing in youth, investing in universities, in colleges, in high schools, as young as we can get. This is something we do also with the ASPAN Institute in Romania, which I founded. We have thousands of leaders and young leaders. That's something which is very, very, very precious. And the last word about technology and the new economic model. We discussed about security, we discussed about people-to-people connections, but there is something which is now transforming the world. It's not only great power politics and the competition between democracy and authoritarian regimes. That's a very important thing. But technology is transforming everything we do, including the way in which we engage in this conversation today. And I salute the fact that on nuclear, US has chosen Romania to be its partner on this new modular reactors technology. That's great. But I think we can and we should do more. There's many things on AI, on quantum, on space, on cyber, on resilience, many things that I think we can do much more and much better. Because if we'll be, of course, taking into account the disparity of the depth of our R&D system in Romania, we don't have that more deeper venture capital market in Romania. But I think I see more and more startups from Romania. I see more and more unicorns from Romania going up. And also using NATO and using also, of course, the specialized programs of the US administration and private business. I think we should put a focus on imagining the technologies of the future that are reshaping everything we do, from health to politics, to education, to entertainment, even the way in which we meet each other and talk to each other. So if there's something, I will make the point, let's make sure that we have security being there as a very solid foundation, values, democracy, rule of law, fighting corruption. These are things that are indispensable for a healthy partnership for the future. But also to invest in people and businesses and technology and a vision about the future. And I think this partnership that I was an eyewitness to inception, and I think I feel a little bit like a godfather of this operation in the good sense of the term. It's only beginning to fulfill its potential. And I'm encouraged to see that the young generation is embracing this partnership. And in this moment of celebration, let's have the courage to imagine even a more ambitious future for this alliance between America and Romania through our strategic partnership.